Welcome back with a new math tutorial. In this video, we'll know how we can subtract the mixed numbers. So at the first, to subtract any two mixed numbers, we need to make sure the two fractions with the same denominator. So in question number 1, we need to find the difference. Find the difference, it means subtract the two numbers. We have 5 and 4 over 8, minus 1 and 1 over 8. Before subtract, at the first look at the fraction for the first one and the second one. You need to make sure that the first fraction is greater than the second one. So now we have 4 over 8 is greater than 1 over 8. Because the two fractions with the same denominator, the greatest numerator for the greatest fraction. So just subtract. 5 minus 1 equals 4. Now write the same denominator without any change. 4 minus 1 will be equals to 3. So again, how we solve it? Number 1, you need to make sure that the two fractions with the same denominator. Number 2, check that the first fraction is greater than the second one. Once you check, it means now you can subtract. So 5 minus 1 equals 4, and 4 minus 1 will be equal 3. And write the denominator without any change. In question number 2, we have 6 and 1 over 3, minus 2 and 2 over 3. Number 1, we need to check that the two fractions with the same denominator. They have the same denominator, so we'll go to step number 2. Now the second step. The second step, we will check for the fraction. We have 1 over 3 and 2 over 3. The first fraction is smaller than the second one. So if we can subtract, it means we need to borrow 1. 6 becomes 5. And the change will be for the numerator. The one that you borrow from 6, it will be at the denominator. What is the meaning of that? If the denominator is 3, just we add to the numerator 3. So it will be 1 plus 3 equals 4. So now we have a new question, which is 5 and 4 over 3 minus 2 and 2 over 3. Now we can subtract because the two fractions with the same denominator and the first fraction is greater than the second one. So 5 minus 2 equals 3. And 4 minus 2 equals 2. Write the denominator without any change. So the answer will be 3 and 2 over 3. Again, one more time. Number 1, we need to check that the two fractions with the same denominator, which is 3. Number 2, check that the first fraction is greater than the second one. Now 1 over 3 is smaller than 2 over 3. It means we need to borrow 1. So borrow 1 from 6, it will be 5. Then the one that we borrow, it will be at the same as denominator. So 3 plus 1 equals 4. So rewrite now the new fraction, which is 5 and 4 over 3. Minus, write the second fraction without any change. 2 and 2 over 3. So now subtract 5 minus 2 equals 3. And 4 over 3 minus 2 over 3 is 2 over 3. 2 over 3 is the simplest form because there is no common factor between 2 and 3 except 1. Again in question number 3. In question number 3, we have 5 and 4 over 5, minus 2 and 4 over 5. Number 1, check that we have the same denominator. They have the same denominator, so we just write it. Number 2, the first fraction is greater than the second one. So now we can subtract. 5 minus 2 equals 3. And 4 minus 2 will be equals 2. After subtracting, check that we have here the fraction in the simplest form. There is no common factor between 2 and 5 except 1. It means 3 and 2 over 5 is the simplest form. Again in question number 4. 6 and 1 over 4, minus 4 and 1 over 4. The two fractions with the same denominator. But we have 1 over 4 and 2 over 4. The first one is smaller than the second one. So all what we have to do, just we need to borrow 1. From 6, it will be equals 5. And the 1 will be, just we add the denominator, which is 4 plus 1 equals 5. So the new fraction that we have now, which is 5, and 5 over 4, minus, write the second fraction without any change. So it will be 4 and 2 over 4. Now you can subtract. 5 minus 4 equals 1. Write the denominator. 5 minus 2 equals 3. Then the answer will be 1 and 3 over 4. After subtracting, check that we have 3 over 4 in the simplest form. There is no common factor between 3 and 4 except 1. It means that will be the simplest form. Again, we need 4 and 2 over 3, minus 2 and 1 over 3. Number 1, subtract the whole numbers. So 4 minus 2 equals 2. Write the denominator without any change. 2 minus 1 equals 1. It means the answer now will be 2 and 1 over 3. Because we have the same denominator and the first fraction is greater than the second one. Again in question number 6. They have the same denominator. The first fraction is greater than the second fraction, so we can subtract. 6 minus 3 equals 3. Write the same denominator, which is 4. Now we have 3 minus 2 equals 1. So the answer in the simplest form, 3 and 1 over 4. Again, we have one more time with number 7. 3 and 4 over 6 minus 1 and 5 over 6. They have the same denominator, but the first fraction is smaller than the second one, because 4 is smaller than 5. We can subtract. Once we can subtract, we will borrow 1. So the 3 becomes 2. And the 4, now we just add 6. So 6 plus 4 equals 10. Now rewrite the new question. So we have 2 and 10 out of 6. Minus 1 and 5 out of 6. It will be equals. Just we subtract. 2 minus 1 equals 1. Write the denominator, which is 6. 10 minus 5 equals 5. That's how we can subtract any two mixed numbers.